Some musicians are football fans and go to great lengths to meet their idols. Sometimes the opposite happens and football players are who use their fame to get closer to the singers they admire, especially when the musicians are at the top. And that is what is happening to Gonzalo Julián Conde, better known as Bizarrap, Argentine singer, DJ, producer, and composer. Bzrp, as everybody knows him, takes advantage of the moment he is experiencing, and when he went to Paris, he visited the Paris Saint-Germain Stadium and took a photo with Lionel Messi, Angel Di Maria, and Leandro Paredes, all the Argentine players excluding Mauro Icardi. This approach to the players isn't casual. Bzrp loves football. He is a fan of Vélez, a club that is not so big, but that had its glory days in the 90s. He still enjoys going to the grandstand and takes advantage of the fact that his face, without his cap and glasses, is still not so well known by people. As he is one of the most famous fans, he collaborated when the club wanted to announce an important reinforcement. Bzrp was in charge of making a video recounting the arrival of the Uruguayan Diego Godin. Being a fan of Vélez caused him to receive some jokes from Ibai Llanos, the most popular Spanish-speaking streamer, who laughed because Vélez hasn't won titles for a long time.
A ver,
o sea, porque tú eres, ¿de qué equipo eres? Perdona.
Yo soy de Vélez.
Vale, y ese equipo...
Campeones del mundo somos.
Sí, pero hace 50 años, ¿no?
Ganamos al Milan en el 94. Le ganamos al Milan en Japón.
En Japón, al Milan, vale.
Before that, the Argentine Professional League commissioned him and other Argentine artists to create the official song of the tournament. Bizarrap has made massive strides in the music industry with his memorable trap style and ongoing collaborations with artists. On his YouTube and Spotify, where he uploads his freestyle and prepared sessions, the artist has garnered over 2 billion streams for his music, and his viewership continues to soar with each new hit. Bizarrap, whose real name is Gonzalo Julián Conde, was born on August 29, 1988, just beyond the urban bustle of Buenos Aires. The Argentinian songwriter first registered a passion for music making when he was around 13, when he started making freestyle songs. It wasn't a professional set of performances by any means, but a light went off in the singer's head. While freestyling wasn't his thing, he always liked following the rhythm of songs and understanding the reason for their catchy effect. When he was 14, he started studying music theory, and 2 years later, he paired this practice with frequent piano lessons. The approach to rap begins in his neighborhood, where he would gather with friends as a teenager to rap in the square. From there, he approached the artists who participated in the freestyle battles in a heated competition known as El Quinto Escalon. From these groups, he came up with the idea of making a remix of a rhyme. He made a video at home, but he didn't like the result at first. So he decided to make a new remix with various rhymes, adding a touch of humor to make the product look more complete. He uploaded the video, the first of his combos locos, or crazy combos, exploded, and the internet only wanted more. As Bizarrap grew older, he continued making music and developing his unique tastes. But now was the time to make a decision. Gonzalo went to a high school with a specialty in audiovisual arts, where he learned the basics of video, photo, and music production. But it was hard to imagine that someone in Argentina could make money with rap or freestyle music. Stuck on his career choices, Conde went to 6 vocational test sessions with a psychologist who recommended him to continue with music, because it was what he liked, to add another profession for financial support. There, he was told, if you do something you like, never leave it because it will accompany your whole life. I recommend that you study marketing because in the worst case, it will help you in your music.
Fue un mensaje increíble. No sé si él estaba buscando, supongo que sí. Me impactó de verdad ese mensaje porque fue clarísimo. Yo fui, no es que iba al psicólogo, fui a hacer un test vocacional porque yo estaba perdido en la adolescencia. No hacía un carajo, yo entendía. O sea, justamente tenía como hobby producir, pero estaba en la boludez de, no sé, que yo salía todos los fines de semana, Bariloche, qué sé yo, estaba en 6º año, 17 años. No sabía qué hacer con mi vida. Entonces dije, bueno, veía que mis compañeros, bueno, sí, me anoté en la carrera, no sé qué, ¿qué estudio? ¿Qué voy a estudiar yo? Yo fui a un colegio con orientación a artes visuales. Tuvimos cine los últimos 3 años, teníamos música, diseño, mucho eso. Entonces yo dije, ¿qué? No puedo estudiar, ¿no? Yo pensaba, ¿cómo hago guita con, o sea, en ese momento, ¿viste? Un pendejo. Y digo, bueno, no puedo estudiar, yo flashé cine, producción musical, esas cosas, pero estaba inseguro. Entonces voy a un test vocacional con este psicólogo, Gustavo, y me dice, al final de las sesiones, después de 6 sesiones que tuvimos, que yo tuve test vocacional, resultado, bueno, me dieron 2 cosas. O estudias marketing o producción musical. Y entonces y el tipo me dice, mira, sinceramente, hoy en día estamos en 2016. Todavía había muy poca gente que vivía en el rap de la música. O sea, que podía
Otro
vivir.
mundo.
Sí, pero era más como rap, ¿entendés? Claro. Como gente que venía hace mucho tiempo, que ya estaba consolidada, pero no un pibe de 17 años que no tenía cero background, ¿entendés? Entonces fue como, bueno, no sé, le dije, no sé qué hacer. ¿Cómo tomo esta decisión? Venía acompañado y me dice. En la terraza de su estudio tenía como un cuarto aparte, abre y tenía un estudio de grabación. Y me dice, yo todos los viernes ensayo con mi banda de que tengo 20 años. Vos, si haces algo que te gusta, nunca lo dejes porque te tiene que acompañar toda tu vida. La música te va a acompañar toda tu vida. Yo te recomendaría que estudies marketing porque en el peor de los casos te va a ayudar en tu música. O sea, porque hay que saber comunicar tus cosas, promocionar tu música, qué sé yo. Y eso me hizo flashear y me dio el mensaje de como increíble cómo vos podés seguir haciéndolo acá más y dedicarte a otra cosa que quizás me podía llegar a generar ingresos y poder vivir, no sé. Después, bueno, terminó siendo todo lo contrario. Como que el marketing terminó acompañando lo que es la música.
Ahí decidís estudiar marketing y querías llegar acá porque ya sos visa, ya sos medio conocida, a su vez sos estudiante de marketing, sin gorra, sin anteojos, en la UADE.
Bizarrap took this advice and soon made his moves in the music industry. The artist's first official job in the music industry was to remix a Duki song, No Vendo Trap. Later on, he would do YouTube videos on his own, where he met immense success. There is a casual air present in all of Bzrp's videos, which perhaps reflects the calm, welcoming atmosphere he sustains for each of his guests. Every few weeks or so, Bzrp creates original content with a collaborator in sessions that he uploads online and fans love them. The ordeal started when Conde noticed the up-and-coming Argentinian singer Quevedo. Bzrp was a fan and wanted to put his production skills to good use. Friends at the time, the two agreed to meet up, and Bizarrap had the perfect place, his bedroom in his parents' house. While certainly unconventional, it's this environment that allows him to connect with his guests and produce meaningful music. And it's a place where many more artists want to be. Sessions last from as little as 30 minutes to hours of recording, stopping only when the duo creates a satisfying recording. Typically, the end of a session is followed by Bzrp selecting the top of 5 recordings and mixing it into a final piece. These freestyle sessions are different from the branded Bzrp sessions that garner most of the attention. One of his friends, an Argentinian artist named Ibai, wanted to join in but preferred to compose a song rather than sing on the spot. Bizarrap accommodated, spurring his first songwriting session and the 50+ to follow. Artists need to be careful while they perform, though Bizarrap only does 1 session per artist as a stamp in time, showing their current position as an artist while they continue to develop. Eventually, his success allowed him a more professional studio, but its location remains in his hometown and his welcoming spirit remains. Bizarrap imprints own style onto his work, and his talent definitely doesn't go unnoticed. When reached out for a record deal, he signed as an artist rather than producer because of how much the sessions depend on his vision and composition.
Y yo lo quería grabar con el celular, con el iPhone, ¿viste? Y después dije, no, bueno, no lo voy a hacer en mi estudio un poco mejor. Y llamé a un amigo, le dije, vos tenés cámara, sí. Vino con la cámara un amigo en mi cuarto, mi home studio ahí de mi barrio, donde yo viví siempre. Y lo hicimos ahí, sin pensar en que íbamos a hacer más, solamente quería hacer un freestyle. Cuando yo saqué ese, otros raperos me empezaron a hablar y me dijeron, che, vamos a hacer, lo quiero hacer yo también. Entonces ahí, eso era solo freestyle.
Despite his homeliness inside the studio, Bzrp knows how to sell his product and his character to the public. Always wearing a cap and dark glasses, he created an image that everyone identifies with. Before each launch, he sets the fair share of expectations through creative campaigns, ranging from simulating a movie function to making an agreement with Burger King to produce animated toys showing his next session.
4 menú Bizarrap.
2 menú Bizarrap.
Dame el del muñequito, el de Bizarrap.
Hola.
Sí, ya te amamos.
¡No puede ser!
¿Qué onda?
¿Qué pediste? ¿El combo Bizarrap?
Sí.
Tomá.
Estoy flipando. ¿Te conocés quién es? Sí, muy bien. ¿Quién es? Quevedo. El Quevedo. ¿Qué onda, pa?
Dale, Quevedo. Te mandamos un saludo acá.
Saludos. Dale, Quevedo.
Biz's aesthetic also marks what kind of artist he strives to be. Conde explains that he prefers to keep his face anonymous because he wants to be recognized solely by his music. This also allows him to walk quietly through the streets of the world without being recognized by fans. He's not an untouchable superstar, but rather someone who is passionate in continuing to learn and improve. His most famous session, number 52 with Quevedo, a Spanish rapper. The song hit number 1 globally on Spotify, making him the first Argentinian artist to do so. Each song seems to be a hit, with hundreds of millions of views on each session. Only session 49 is rife with controversy, due to a few unsavory lyrics from his guest Puerto Rican rapper Residente. Luckily, with Biz's track record, heavy conflicts aren't likely to be present in his future sessions. After all, he'll be too busy dining and watching TV with his guests between recording. Who will appear next is always left up to the imagination. When asked about his next session in an interview, Bzrp simply answered,
No, eso la verdad que la gente se va a enterar en el momento. Me gusta jugar con las expectativas.
There continues to be promise in the future as his notoriety increases. In 2021, he was nominated for a Latin Grammy Award for his role as producer, and though he didn't walk home with an award, his stardom continues to grow. In an age where anyone with a smartphone can make a stride, Bizarrap has certainly garnered a digital following. In order to release his 23rd recording session, Bizarrap requested fans to leave 23 million comments on the Instagram post announcing its arrival, and they did in less than a day. In any case, the music speaks for itself. Volume 52 of his music sessions, where he collaborated with rapper Quevedo, became the second all-Spanish song to hit number 1 on the Global 200 list. The rapper's hour-long Lollapalooza performance ranked 18th in the global mashup chart, and his other live performances are met with similar praise. Bzrp defines itself as a music producer and audiovisual content creator. And with that ability to create content, he was expanding his reach and removing borders to his fame. In addition to recording with the most popular freestyle and trap artists in Argentina, he began recording with musicians from other countries. His sessions were attended by, among others, Lalo Ebrat from Colombia, Kinder Malo and Bejo from Spain, Alaman from Mexico, Neutro Shorty from Venezuela, and when Messi moved to Paris, he created the Bzrp Music Sessions number 44 with mellgza, a reference in the Afro-Traps world. With more and more artists lining up to collaborate with Bizarrap, it's no surprise he's gained a massive following around the globe for his unique trap music. Even places like Italy and Saudi Arabia are saving his songs to their Spotify playlists. Continuing strong, the artist has a bright future ahead. His sessions, of course, are still going strong. With over 15 million subscribers to his YouTube channel, fans can likely expect more to come. From a casual producer to a world-famous artist, Bizarrap has shown that talent can be showcased in any setting. From the get-go, Conde wanted to create a space for other Argentinian artists to make their mark. And boy was he successful. Whether working with a beginning artist or a superstar, Bizarrap never falters to make space for their freestyling and composing, while adding his own magic touch, of course. With worldwide acclaim, collaborations with Latin artists, and record numbers on the Billboard 200, Bizarrap has earned a place at the table of Latin American music makers, creating a cultural boom in the industry. Biz's music serves as the bridge between the Argentine urban movement and the rest of the world. As Biz's fame continues to grow, so too do his bonds with various artists and their communities. Though unsure at first of his place in the industry, it's clear that the producer has found an online niche that is both versatile and welcoming. As Latin music continues hitting its stride, we'll be waiting for more to come from the confines of Biz's home studio.